last section, part E section, they'll ask this question for 6 marks. In a power m minus x power m, if you take minus out, it will become reverse. It will become x power m minus a power m. So please understand, if x power q tends to a power q, then x will tend to a. Limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is n into a power n minus 1. What is limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a, n into a power n minus 1. Please revise the theorem and become thorough. It is important for 6 mark questions. Welcome to the session, dear students. In my last class, I gave a brief introduction about limits. In today's class, we'll study theorems. I'm going to derive theorem of limit and we'll do problems based on the theorem. So, theorem, prove limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is equal to n into a power n minus 1 for n being rational number. Please understand, this is an important theorem for 6 marks. In your part E section in the question paper for board exam, last section, part E section, they'll ask this question for 6 marks. Most important and easy. So now, limit x tends to a means in the place of x, if you put a, it will become a power n minus a power n. A power n minus a power n is what? 0. And a minus a is what? 0. 0 by 0 it will become. But we need to prove this is n into a power n minus 1 for all rational numbers. So now, theorem is simple. And after you learn the theorem, you have to memorize the formula also. We need to prove limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a is equal to what? N into a power n minus 1. Rational numbers we need to prove. So, all of you know what is rational number? Number of the form p by q is rational number where p is also integer, q is also integer. So, now that is why first we will prove for positive integer. I am going to derive this in 3 stages. Case 1 will prove for positive integers. Case 2 will prove for negative integers, then we will prove for rational numbers. So, I am proving it as case 1, case 2, case 3. In 3 cases, we will prove the theorem. Case 1 for positive integers, case 2 for negative integers, case 3 for rational numbers. Using this and this, we will prove for rational numbers. So, now we will start with the proof. I am repeating, this is one of the important questions for your board exam, compulsory 6 mark question I can say. Now, case 1, to prove for, I will prove this for n being positive integer. What is n now? N I am assuming it as positive integer. And what we need to prove? To prove the statement, that is this limit, what is given in the problem? Limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a, you need to prove it as n into a power n minus 1. What is case 1? Case 1 I am proving this for positive integers. So now we will take LHS. I will take LHS. What is LHS? Limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. Now I need to arrive at RHS. Numerator, see, x tends to a means in the place of x put a. In the place of x, if you put a, it will become 0 by 0. That's why numerator you factorize the numerator. You can write it as limit x tends to a, let it be x power n minus a power n can be written as x minus a into, and this x starts from n minus 1 and a power starts from 0, then x power n minus 2, a power 1, x power n minus 2, n minus 3, a square, it goes on till the last term you will have a power n minus 1. This is binomial expansion divided by denominator will not change. What is the denominator? X minus a. Now observe carefully, I have factorized this. I am using binomial theorem. So please understand, using binomial theorem, x power n minus a power n can be written as x minus a into x power starts with n minus 1, a power 0, then we will have n minus 2, a power 1, then we will have n minus 3, a square, it goes on. So finally x power becomes 0 and a power stops at n minus 1 because already one term is here. This is binomial expansion, that's what I have done. So numerator we have x power n minus a power n can be written as x minus a into start x power n minus 1 and go on decreasing 1, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, so on, it will become n minus 0, n minus n, that will become 0. And a power goes on increasing, a power 0, then a power 1, then a power 2, so on till final term. So in between we will have so many terms, dot dot, a power n minus 1. So now after that these two cancels. Now further, limit x tends to a, you are left out with x power n minus 1, a power 0 plus x power n minus 2 a plus x power n minus 3 a square, so on. Last term is a power n minus 1, x vanishes. Now what is meant by limit x tends to a? In the place of x put what? A. Now in the place of x put a, so this will become a power n minus 1 into a power 0 plus a power n minus 2 into a square plus here wherever x is there put a. What is meant by x tends to a? Limit x tends to a means what? In the place of x put a. So here we have x, I put a, here we have x, I put a. So here x we have power n minus 3 into a square, so on. Last term is a power n minus 1. Now if you simplify this, I'll write it here. If I simplify this, I'll get law of indices, a per m into a per n. All of you know, these are the basics you need. What is a power m into a power n? A power m plus n, you can add the powers. Do you agree? Same thing we'll do now. So n minus 1 plus 0 is n minus 1. So first term becomes a power n minus 1 plus, here we have second term, n minus 2 plus 2, minus 2 plus 2 cancels, it will become a power, here a power 1 it is. A power n minus 1 into 0, a power m into a power n is a power m plus n, n minus 1 plus 0 is n minus 1, n minus 2 plus 1 is n minus 1 plus again n minus 3 plus 2. See here we have n minus 3 plus 2, if I use law of indices it will become n minus 1. So a power n minus 1, every term becomes n minus 1, last term already we have n minus 1. See now I have a power n minus 1, a power n minus 1, every term is a power n minus 1, such how many terms are there? Such n terms are there, I can say n times a power n minus 1. This is the RHS. That's it. If I have a 5 times, it will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5a. Like that, I have a power n minus 1 plus a power n minus 1 plus a power n minus 1 plus a power n minus 1. How many times? N times. So a power n minus 1, a power n minus 1, n times if you add, it will become n into a power n minus 1. This is RHS. Hence the proof. I hope all of you understood. So let me summarize this. We need to prove for positive integer, case 1. So first I am discussing what case 1. What is case 1? To prove for n being positive integer. And what we need to prove? We need to prove limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is n into a power n minus 1. In this I will take only LHS. What is LHS? So limit x tends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a. This is LHS I will take. Numerator is in the form of x power n minus a power n. Factorize that. How to factorize? We have a formula according to binomial theorem. X power n minus a power n can be written as x minus a into x power start with n minus 1 because already one x is there. So already one x is present here. So start with n minus 1. X power n minus 1 and a power 0. X power decreases, a power increases. So n minus 1, next it will become n minus 2, next it will become n minus 3, goes on. A power 0, a power 1, a power increases. So this binomial expansion you should remember. So if you can write x power n minus a power n as, how to write x power n minus a power n as? X minus a into, start from x power n minus 1, a power 0. X power decreases by 1, a power increases by 1 in each term. So then it will become x power n minus 2, a power 1, x power n minus 3, a power 2, x power n minus 4, a power 3, like that so on, x power 0, because it will become n minus n. What is n minus n? 0 and a power n minus 1. So no need to write this. So we wrote like this. Now x minus a cancels. Whatever is left out, x power n minus 1, a power 0, x power n minus 2, a power 1, x power n minus 3, a square, so on. Now in the place of x put what? A. In the place of x if you put a, it will get compressed, and finally every term is in the form a power m into a power n. What is a power m into a power n? A power m plus n. So this will become a power n minus 1 plus 0. N minus 1 plus 0 is what? N minus 1. And similarly here n minus 2 plus 1. n minus 2 plus 1 becomes n minus 1. So n minus 1. Here n minus 3 plus 2 becomes n minus 1. So every term becomes a power n minus 1. How many such terms we have? N a power n minus terms are there. A power n minus 1, a power n minus 1, a power n minus 1. If I add n times, I will get n into a power n minus 1. That is the RHS. Hence the proof. Now we proved case 1. We proved the theorem is true for positive integers. Now you can apply this for positive integers. What is the case 1? To prove for positive integers. Now we conclude that the theorem is true for positive integers. This we will use in negative integers. Now theorem is true for what? Positive integers. Now we will go to case 2. Now I will go to case 2. What is case 2? Case 2, to prove for negative integers. To prove for n being negative integer. Negative integer. Now I will prove for n being negative integer. What we need to, let n is equal to minus m. I am assuming n is minus m, and to prove same, what we need to prove? Proof is same. To prove limit x tends to a x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. I need to prove this as n into a power n minus 1. To prove is same, call it as equation 1. So now I will take LHS and I will arrive at RHS. What is LHS? Limit x tends to a x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a, it will take. Now in the place of n put what? Minus m. In the place of n I will put minus m. If I do that, I will get limit x tends to a. What is n we assumed? Minus m. In LHS in the place of n I will put minus m. X power minus m minus a power minus m by x minus a. Now all of you know a power minus m. A power minus m can be written as 1 by a power m. So I will write this as limit x tends to a. X power minus m I will write it as 1 by x power m. A power minus m I will write it as 1 by a power m divided by x minus a. Now for numerator I will take LCM. So that implies, so limit x tends to a. What is the LCM? X power m into a power m, cross multiply, it will become a power m minus x power m divided by x minus a. Now I will write the denominator in the denominator. That implies further I will write, I will take limit x tends to a. I will take 1 by x power m, a power m outside, and in the numerator I will take minus common. If I take minus common, it will become x power m minus a power m divided by x minus a. This is into actually. So all of you know, in a power m minus a power m, x power m, in a power m minus x power m, if you take minus out, it will become reverse. It will become x power m minus a power m. Now I will apply limit for each term. We have algebra of limit. All of you know, plus into minus is minus. Directly I will do one thing. Instead of writing minus here, I will write in the numerator, if I take minus common, it will become minus 1 out, and this part I will write it here, and denominator I will write here. So I am rearranging this. Now if you have product of two terms, we know in algebra of limits, if you have product of two terms, in my last session I taught you, if you have f of x into g of x, you can apply limit for f of x separately and you can apply limit separately for g of x. Now I have product of two terms, this and this. Now I can apply limit separately for this, I can apply limit separately for this. That's what I will do. That implies limit x tends to a, 1 minus 1 by x power m, a power m, and again limit x tends to a, x power m minus a power m by x minus a. Now what is meant by limit x tends to a? In the place of x put a, then it becomes 1 by a power m into a power m. Now this is in the form limit x tends to a, x power m minus a power m by x minus a. It is in standard form. Now m is positive integer. Please understand, minus m is what? Negative integer. For example, minus 2 is what? Negative integer, but 2 is what? Positive integer. So now minus m is negative, therefore m is what? Positive integer. And we proved for positive integer theorem is true. So in my last case, if you refer the last case, so we proved theorem is true for what? positive integers. So if theorem is true for positive integers, now your m value, I got m, I don't have minus m now. This is positive integer. For positive integer, don't apply limit directly, you can apply theorem. So by theorem, this will become m into a power m minus 1. This you have to understand. Limit extends to a, x power m minus a power m by x minus a can be written as m into a power m minus 1. In the place of n, I have m. I am putting m into a power minus m. So, you know, limit extends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a is n into a power n minus 1. If this is n, we will get this. If n is positive, it is true. Now, m is positive, minus m is negative, but m is positive, so I can apply theorem. When I apply theorem, I will get m into a power m minus 1. Now, I will simplify this. That implies here a power m into a power m is a power 2m, take it up. So, minus m into 1 is minus m, and a power already I have m minus 1, and here a power m into a power m is a power m plus m, a power m plus m is a power 2m if you take it up, or take it up, it will become minus m and minus m. That implies one positive m, one negative m cancels. I have minus m, a power, first I will write minus m, then I will write minus 1. I have minus 1 minus m, but now I will substitute what is minus m. What is minus m? Minus m is n. In the place of m, put minus n. N in the place of m, n minus 1. This is the RHS, hence the proof. Got it? I hope all of you understood this. We took LHS. What is LHS? Limit extends to a, x power n minus a power n by x minus a. I am assuming n as minus m, negative integer. In the place of n, put minus m. So, in the place of n, I am substituted minus m. So, I will get this. Then x power minus m can be written as 1 by x power m. So, I will get this. And a power minus m can be written as 1 by a power m. I will get this. In my next step, I took LCM. For x power m and a power m, LCM is x power m and a power m. So, cross multiply a power m minus x power m. Then I will take it out. X power m, a power m, take it out, and in numerator I have a power m minus x power m, take minus common. If I take minus common, it will become reverse. So, x power m becomes positive, a power m become negative because I took minus common. Now, I have product of two functions. I taught you if product of two functions are there, you can apply limit for each function, apply limit for first part into apply limit for second part. We are using a property, algebra of limits. If limit f of x into g of x means you can apply limit separately for f of x and you can apply limit separately for g of x. So, I will apply limit separately for this, then I will apply limit separately for this. Then here directly in the place of x put a. What is meant by limit extends to a? In the place of x put a. So, in the place of x I will put a. So, this will become a power m. This will already we have a power m, and for this we cannot apply limit, but here m is positive. Since m is positive, I can apply theorem. Theorem is true for positive integers. Minus m negative, m is positive. I told you minus 2 is negative. What is 2? 2 is positive. Like that minus m is negative, but I have m is what? Positive. So, for positive I can apply the theorem. So, m into, after applying limit, we will get m into a power m minus 1. So, in the place of m, substitute. What is m? N is minus m. N is what? Minus m. So, first simplify. Wherever minus m is there, put n. So, you will get this. Now, we proved for negative integer also. Now, the theorem is true for positive integer and negative integer. Therefore, the theorem is true for integers. Both the integers, positive and negative. Now, I need to prove for what? Rational number. So, now case 3. Okay. Case 3 will prove for rational numbers. Case 3 will prove for rational numbers. So, I will start for case 3. To prove for n is equal to rational p by q, which is a rational. All of you know p by q is what? Rational. So, now what we need to prove? Same theorem. What we need to prove? To prove same. What we need to prove? To prove limit extends to a, x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a, you need to prove it as n into a power n minus 1. We will take LHS and we will arrive at RHS. I will start with LHS. What is LHS? Limit extends to a, x power n in the n minus a power n by x minus a, and in the place of n we are assuming, what is n we are assuming? N we are taking it as p by q. In the place of n put p by q. If you do that, you will get limit extends to a. In the place of n put what? P by q, x power p by q minus a power p by q divided by what we have? X minus a. Now we have to undergo assumption. Till this part it is simple. In the place of n I put p by q. The assumptions what we are doing are important. Pay more attention to understand this. So let us assume x power 1 by q, I will take it as capital X, and a power 1 by q, I will take it as capital A. So this implies if you want small x becomes capital X power q, small a becomes capital A power q. That we will use later. So now we will undergo these changes in this. So now this will become limit extends to a. I will write this as x power 1 by q power p minus a power 1 by q power qp divided by x minus a. My dear students, I am continuing this part, I am continuing here, but I am assuming some values. What are the values? You know, p by q means p is an integer, q is an integer, but 1 by q is not an integer. So now therefore, what we do is, so 1 by q is separated. All of you know a power m whole power n. What is a power m whole power n? What is a power m whole power n? A power m whole power n is a power m into n. Do you agree or not? So a power 1 by q power p means it will become a power p by q. So instead of p by q I can write like this. Same thing I have done. We have p by q. I will write 1 by q whole power p. Here also we have p by q. I will write 1 by q whole power p. I am using law of indices. Now further. So small x power 1 by q, small x power 1 by q I am writing it as capital X power p, small a power 1 by q I am writing it as capital A power p divided by denominator becomes capital X power q, small x power q. Now continue. I will divide numerator and see base is missing. Here x power n minus a power n by x minus a is there. Like that x power p minus a power p by x minus a is missing. So divide numerator and denominator by x minus a, then that is equal to limit x tends to a. In spite of x tends to a, I can also write capital X tends to capital A. X power p can be written as x power p minus a power p divided by x minus a. Similarly, x power q minus a power q divided by x minus a. Please understand, I am introducing x minus a in numerator and denominator. Now you know p is an integer and q is an integer. P by q is fraction, p by q is rational number, but p separately integer, q separately integer. So now I got numerator as an integer, denominator as an integer. If you have integer as a powers, you can apply the theorem. We have proved it in case 1 and case 2. Case 1 and case 2 says that theorem is true for integers. So now your p is integer, q is integer, I can apply theorem directly, I will apply. So limit extends to a, x power p minus a power p by x minus a, I will write the theorem. According to theorem, this is what? P into a power p minus 1, and denominator is what? Q into a power q minus 1. N into a power n minus 1, in the place of n what you have? P. So p into a power p minus 1, in the place of n what you have? Q. Q into a power q minus 1, I am applying theorem. Now separate it, I will simplify this. Now further I will continue here, I will write it as p by q into law of indices. What is a power m by a power n? A power m by a power n is a power m minus n. So I will write a power p minus 1 minus q plus 1. If you take it up, you take this up, it will become minus q plus 1. Now p by q, let it be a power, can I cancel minus 1 plus 1? I am left out with p minus q. Now I resubstitute the value, or I will substitute the value of a. What is a? Capital A is what? A power small 1 by q. So now instead of capital A, I will write small a power 1 by q power what we have? P minus q. I am writing the value of a. What is the value of a? Here you have value of a. What is value of a? Small a power 1 by q. I am substituting it. Now take it inside. So that is p by q. Now take it. So it will become a power, law of indices. What is a power m into a power n? A power m by n. A power m whole power n is what? A power m into n. So 1 by q into p is p by q minus 1 by q into 1 by q is 1. This is value you will get. Now substitute for p by q. What is p by q? Here, what is p by q? N. In the place of p by q, put n. So this is n. Again, a as it is, power n minus 1. This is your RHS, hence the proof. This is your RHS, we got the proof. I hope all of you understood this. Let me revise this part. Case 1 we proved for positive integers, case 2 we proved for negative integers, case 3 we need to prove for rational numbers. I am proving for rational number. To prove n is equal to p by q is rational number, Take the theorem. What is the theorem? Limit extends to a x per n minus x minus a, x per n minus a per n by x minus a is n into a per n minus 1. Take it as it is. Take LHS. What is LHS? Limit extends to a x per n minus a per n by x minus a. Now after that, in the place of n put what? P by q. After that, you write P by Q as 1 by Q whole power P. 1 by Q whole power P, 1 by Q whole power P. Assume this bracketed term as capital X, this bracketed term as capital A. Then reduce it and you will get it. Case 1, case 2, case 3 are most important, and all put together it helps you to score 6 marks, most important. But now you have to be thorough with the theorem. What is theorem? Limit extends to a x per n minus a per n divided by x minus a is n into a per n minus 1. What is limit extends to a x per n minus a per n by x minus a n into a per n minus 1. It is true for all the rational numbers. Hence the proof. Now, therefore, limit extends to a x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. I can write it as n into a per n minus 1, n being rational number. So, I am asking you to become thorough with this theorem. What is the formula? Limit extends to a x per n minus a per n by x minus a is n into a per n minus 1, and we will be solving problems based on this. And some sample problems on this theorem will take, and this theorem is true for n being positive integers, and it is true for n being negative integers, it is true for n being rational numbers or n being integers. Now, problems based on the theorem will take. Evaluate limit extends to 5 x power 6 minus 5 power 6 by x minus 5. See, now all of you know what is meant by limit extends to 5. In the place of x, if you put 5, it will become 5 power 6 minus 5 power 6 by 5 minus 5. So, it will become 0 by 0. When you apply limit, you should not get this form, all of you know. That's why now we have to use what? Theorem. These are, so what is theorem? What is the theorem? Limit extends to a x power n minus a power n by x minus a. The answer is what? N into a power n minus 1. What is limit extends to a x per n minus a per n by x minus a? N into a per n minus 1. You can see this is in the form of theorem. So, answer is what? So, limit x is tending to a. In the place of a I have 5, x power n. In the place of n I have 6, 5 a power n, 5 power 6 by x minus 5. Does this resemble this form? So, now what is the answer? N into a power n minus 1. What is RHS? N, don't apply limit directly, we can use the theorem. What is the formula? N into a power n minus 1. In this, what is n? What is n? 6 into a. What is a? 5. 5 power 6 minus 1. 6 into 5 power 5. This is the answer. Simplify this further. 6 into 5 into 5 into 5, 5 times you multiply, that is the answer. I hope all of you got it. What is the answer? N into a power n minus 1. In this problem, what is n? 6. What is a? 5. So, 6 into 5 power 6 minus 1. 6 into 5 power 5 is the answer. We will go for one more problem. They have asked you to prove limit extends to 3, root x minus root 3 by x minus 3. It is also in the form x per n. Can I write this as limit extends to 3, root means can I write x power half minus 3 power half divided by x minus 3. Now again it is in the standard form. What is the standard form? Standard form is what? Limit extends to a x power n minus a power n by x minus a can be written as n into a power n minus 1. It is in the standard form. But in the place of n, what you have? Half. So answer is what? Half into a power 3 power half minus 1. This is the answer. Simplify this further. That is half into 3 power half minus 1 means take LCM 1 minus 2. So it become half into 3 power minus 1 by 2, or can I write 1 by 2 times 3 power positive half. All of you know a power minus m. What is a power minus m? A power minus m can be written as 1 by a power m. Transfer it down. So, or can I write it as 1 by 2 root 3 power half. That's it. So, what is limit extends to a x per n minus a per n by x minus a n into a per n minus 1. Here what is n? Power half. Half is what? Rational number. The theorem is also true for rational numbers. Next. Limit extends to 2 x power 4 minus 16 by x minus 2. Can I write this problem as limit extends to 2, let it be. Can I write it as x power 4 minus 2 power 4? Because I saw power 4. What power 4 is 16? All of you know 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 or 2 power 4 is what? 16 exactly. So denominator, let it be as it is. Now is it in the form, standard form? What is the standard form? Again the theorem. What is the theorem? What is the theorem? Limit x tends to a, x per n minus a per n by x minus a is what? N into a power n minus 1. So now this is what? N, 4 into 2 power 4 minus 1. So 4 into 2 power 3, that is 4 into 2 cube. 2 cube is what? 8. 8 4 is 32. Again we are using theorem. So you should be thorough with the theorem. Next, limit x tends to 1, x power 21 minus 1 by x minus 1. Can I write this as limit x tends to 1, x power 21 minus 1. So 1 power anything is 1. For my convenience, I will write 1 power 21 divided by x minus 1. Now what is the answer? It is in the form x power n minus a per n, n into a power n minus 1. N is what? 21 into 1 power 21 minus 1. So that is 21 into 1 power 20. 1 power anything is what? 21 into 1 power 20 is 1. 21 is the answer. So answer for this is 21. That's it. Answer is what? 21. Next, so we have x tends to 3, x cube minus 27 by x power 4 minus 81. So now we have a theorem. What is the theorem we learnt? Limit x is tending to a, x power n minus a power n divided by x minus a. If you have, then I can write it as n into a power n minus 1. Do you agree? So here in numerator, what are the bases? X and a. That should be in denominator. Observe this problem now. Limit x is tending to 3. And numerator x cube, fine. 27, all of you know, you can write it as 3 cube divided by x power 4. Denominator you can write 3 power 4, because 3 cube is 3 3s are 9 3s are 27. 3 power 4 is 3 3s are 9 3s are 27 3s are 81. 81 I will write like this. Now what is missing? X minus a is missing to apply theorem. X minus a means what? X minus 3 is missing. So divide numerator and denominator by x minus 3. If I do that, I will get limit x tends to 3. Numerator is what? X minus 3 power 3 by missing term is x minus 3. In denominator what we have? X power 4 minus 3 power 4, missing term is x minus 3. Now you have algebra of limits. In algebra of limits I taught you, if you have f of x by g of x, if you have numerator by denominator, function by function, you can apply limit separately for numerator, you can apply limit separately for denominator. Directly I will apply limit. What is limit? X tends to a, x per n minus a per n by x minus a, n into a per n minus 1. Separately when I apply for numerator, it will become 3 into 3 power 3 minus 1. Denominator, n is what? 4. 4 into 3 power 4 minus 1. Simplify this. Outside I will have 3 by 4. 3 square it will become. This will become 3 cube. So now this numerator is also 3 cube divided by 4 into 3 cube. So 3 cube cancels. You are left out with 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is the answer. But here what is the critical step? Dividing x minus 3. This we have done theorem. In theorem also we have done the same thing. Divide the missing term. By this I have applied some theorem for the problems, and I have done theorem 1, first theorem. Please revise the theorem and become thorough. It is important for 6 mark questions, and I have done from 5 problems. Go through them and attend my next session. We will go ahead with other theorem. So thanks for attending. I will see you in my next session. Thank you.